Welcome. Gin and Sofa.
We
James
are
Sometimes.
Mike and Zach, and we are back for another episode of James Bonding.
That's right. Let me get a little shaken because I'm trying to get the egg white.
And I know I shouldn't be stirring, but I already shook, so do a little stir action.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay, so I didn't make a syrup.
And it's funny because this is one of the drinks that I did.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I'm getting it's hard to pour here. Okay.
Yeah, mine was a little thick.
There will be no picture for this drink because it's ugly as shit.
Yeah. So your little recipe that you sent me said golden rum, whatever the fuck that meant. Again,
I have regular rum. You just use Kraken.
I just use Kraken, so it's a little dark. It looks a little. It looks a little butt. Yeah, my tea was a little dark in there.
So I have loose leaf tea.
Okay.
And peppermint, and I made my own little peppermint tea concoction.
Okay. That looks a little. You probably should have
probably should have filtered a little bit better than that.
All right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take a sip.
All right. I'm picking out tea my whole time. Hold on. I'm gonna grab my bottles that I use. I forgot.
All right. So while Zach is grabbing his bottle, so I forgot what this drink's called. The Dr. Bird or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Called for some rum. I used Kraken. I called for bourbon. I used it said 10-year like rare breed or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So I was a bit of a. I went the other way. I had bourbon. That's the funny part. I didn't use it though.
Fighting Cock?
No. I thought about it. I used this. I don't know if I told you about this. Have I?
Wiggle whiskey. Yeah,
Yeah, Wiggle whiskey. So
this.
Oh,
right. Yeah, that looks good. Isn't Wiggle? Isn't Wiggle up in Pennsylvania? Right.
It's in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple months ago, they'll have put a hashtag like Wiggle whiskey cocktails, whatever, and then send a picture in. And I sent a picture of we made like a Swiss roll drink.
Yeah.
With Wiggle. I think it was the gin, maybe.
Yeah, we won.
Gin and we won. Yeah, that's what we won. So I didn't know if I'd shown you that before. So.
Oh, we won the whiskey.
They sent this bottle. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we won whiskey. I just knew that we won
whiskey out of it. So we won a Wiggle Reserve rye.
Oh, dope.
From scratch. Straight rye whiskey, aged 4 years.
It's good.
It's good. It's a $50 bottle, so it's not that. Okay. It's not nothing cheap, but nothing expensive. But
no.
I'll take a free $50 bottle of whiskey. That's all I'm gonna say. So
awesome. I used whiskey.
This award-winning podcast.
Yeah.
Bringing you award-winning cocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used what'd you use?
I used Whistle Pig. They're 10-year, but mine was also barrel proof. So
okay, we went over that last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it's the Dr. Bird, like you said.
Yeah.
And they did a much better job making theirs look pretty.
Well, in all fairness,
also my egg white did not foam up.
Oh, mine did at the time.
But I gotta say, I didn't add any extra sugar, and it's good. It's a whiskey sour, right? I think it's essentially what it is again.
Yeah, well, yeah, effectively. So
Eagle Rare is what it's. You ever had Eagle Rare?
No.
10 years either.
Yeah, because we went over the rum, went over the whiskey, vermouth, and then I called for some lemon juice, called for a couple dashes of bitters, and then called for this peppermint syrup, which I did
Peppermint
make. Yeah, peppermint tea syrup.
Yeah.
I know there was a little confusion with you asked me if I was making it. I said I didn't have peppermint. I had candy cane, and then
Right.
confusion was if I was putting a fucking candy cane in there. But
I mean, I thought you were gonna crush it up because I was like,
Yeah.
I also have crushed up peppermint.
but
So
no,
it was like, guess what? We will be the same. But
yeah, no, I
you
had
let me down by following the
I
instructions.
had a candy cane tea, and I figured that was good enough. And then
Well, that's why I was like, I'll just make a tea. I took a jasmine tea.
yeah,
I didn't even make the tea though, which is a problem.
yeah.
But hey, I'm not hating on this. It's
And
ugly.
then the last
Cover
thing
my
was egg white, and it other
You
than
essentially-
it's a whiskey sour with a little bit of rum and
it tells you. It says it in the bottom. It says
For mint.
basically it's a little like twist on a whiskey sour. You know.
Mhm.
Now the drink name. We always try to theme, I guess. And it was hard because we're getting into the later ones where like a lot of them are not based on books by Ian Fleming, right?
right.
I think maybe one of them, Casino, is the last one, I believe, right?
Yeah.
If you want to go all the way to the current day, I think there are no other movies that have Ian Fleming ties or names or total or named words stuff. So like there is a minor character in this movie called the Doctor.
Yes.
And I thought maybe fuck it, Dr. Bird, a doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Bird, Dr. Kaufman, same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Kaufman is German for bird.
Oh, I did not.
It's not.
Okay. Well, what do I fucking know? So
What do you know?
Yeah.
But what would you gonna give it?
I feel like I'm pretty loosey goosey with these threes, but yeah, I give it 3. I like a good whiskey sour. A little bit of a twist,
Good. A little rum in it.
Yeah. If I were making this again, I would probably substitute the rum for more whiskey. And then of course,
Did you do 1 ounce? I did 1 ounce, 1 ounce.
Kind of. I made mine a double, so I did 2 ounce, 2 ounce. But yeah,
Okay. It called for 3/4, 3/4.
Yeah,
and I just rounded.
Well, it's a generous pour, and I rounded up to effectively 1 ounce.
That's fair. I did the same.
That's generous.
You just make a double, so you're
you're
good. We're in the same boat there. So I guess technically that could be altering the actual flavor of what it's supposed to taste like, but I don't hate it. A whiskey sour, I think what I would do is if I made the syrup. What's up?
Wait, I'm sorry. You said I'm altering the flavor?
No, us adding more liquor.
Oh, okay. Just to be clear, I doubled all ingredients.
Yes.
Okay.
But no, you doubled. No, you didn't double. You went over the top because double would be 1.5 ounce of each liquor.
Yeah, I did, and then I put a little extra. I did 2 ounce.
Yeah, which will change the flavor profile of a drink.
I
I did the same thing though. You know.
All right. Well, semantics. Look.
Semantics. So you're giving it a 3. Semantics.
Yeah. What you got? 2?
I don't know. I think I'm leaning 3 as well because it's not harsh.
No.
I do think the mint, and I'm sure the tea would help as well, like kind of cool off the like. But I also have a pretty good whiskey in there, so it's not like I didn't use a bourbon, and I probably should have because it probably would have had sweetness to it.
And,
but,
you didn't do Fighting Cock, which I will say I didn't have this rare breed. Generally, when you go, because it was rare breed 10-year, generally when you get these whiskeys, bourbon, rye that have been aged for 10 years, they tend to be a little pricey, and they tend to be really, really good sipping whiskey. Whereas
you don't want to put shit on, mix it.
Whereas, like, I get it. Like, at the end of the day, like this, when you get into these like cocktails where really it's just like the whiskey highlights it, and then they just kind of have a couple extra flavors to it. I don't know. You probably could have got away with using more of a
Fighting cock.
bullshit whiskey,
Right,
But
yeah.
kind of like fighting cock.
I do think it's funny that it called out a fucking rare ass
Yeah,
bourbon. I'd like you to spend a couple $100 on this 2 ounces, please. Thank you so much. And, and you're like, I think I'll use fighting cock. Thank you.
Which again, for the 1, 2, 7 people that listen to us, we do take liberties in these drinks that we make, and we're. I'd like to think that we're trying to be, kind of a figure to you guys that you can use whatever the fuck you want. So
right. You don't have to follow the rules, man.
No, following the rules sometimes makes sense if it's safety, but overall, like, just do what your heart says. Also, like, I'm not gonna fuck my wallet,
sometimes
for 2 ounces. You know,
exactly.
So
3 and 3, huh?
Yeah.
Was it better or worse than? Sorry. Was it better or worse than the GoldenEye drink?
We gave the GoldenEye drink a 4 each of us.
Wow, I was just making sure. Yeah, you're right. I think the GoldenEye drink was good.
I'll be real. Like, I still think about that GoldenEye drink.
Now that we rated the drink, let's get into the movie.
Yeah. Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
The second iteration of Pierce Brosnan. And if I have it
the 18th overall.
If I have it correctly in my notes, my boy Pierce, your boy Pierce, is 44. I like to track the ages, of Creepy Bond.
Compared to the girls?
Yeah. For whatever reason, these women were relatively old.
They were, it's kind of.
Yeah,
I mean,
that late 30s. Okay. Very, very close in age, to Pierce. And I listened the other day. Not that I'm a narcissist. However, I do listen to the episodes that you and I do to try to be better. And I was listening to whatever the fucking episode was with. Was it? It wasn't For Your. For Your Eyes Only.
Oh yeah. Did you notice? We missed that one.
Oh, Pierce Brosnan?
No. I released that yesterday or 2 days ago? Yesterday.
Yeah, and
we already released Octopussy.
Oh yeah, well you had already told me, and I was like, it doesn't even fucking matter at this point because
especially when you're with the more ones, it's kind of
it's kind of
which is fine. I do listen to them too, obviously when I edit it and stuff, right? Make sure nothing's. What did you gather information wise on that?
Well, one, we couldn't figure out in GoldenEye when Pierce Brosnan's wife, which one she was in. It was For Your Eyes Only. Yeah. And then 2, we were talking about how he wouldn't fuck Bebe, who was like 22, but he fucked old Blue Eyes, who was 23. 23, and he was 53, and we're like, dude,
I was stretching it, right?
Yeah. Also, I was telling my wife, I was telling Karis, every now and then I just come across a word that I just, for whatever life of me, I cannot say. And fucking Christoph or whatever the fuck his name.
Christatos.
Yeah,
I know. You said like 3 different variations.
Brother, I think there was more.
Yeah. It's okay.
Gun in my head, I would not have got his.
I don't even know actually if he got it right once.
I do not.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I just thought I don't know what the direction or the reason. For whatever reason, these women were a little older, a little closer to Bond's age. Not gonna say gay, but I definitely didn't get any rapey vibes, so that's cool.
Right. I do think shit. What's her name? Michelle Yeoh
Yep.
she was brought in for her martial arts,
Mhm.
and so maybe it didn't matter what age she was because she was gonna be just beating ass. Maybe that's what they were looking
Yeah.
at.
And then
Terry Hatcher had a very small role, so probably they're like, yeah, sure, if you want to be it. Then I didn't mind. She didn't seem that old to me. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
we're also they're younger than us.
We're young whippersnappers. Yeah. They were still younger than what we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was 1997.
Yep.
Second Brosnan.
Yep.
I don't know if you read anything about the production.
Nope.
So what I gathered. Yeah, I know. What I gathered was that GoldenEye was a smash hit. We know.
Yep.
Apparently, what do producers do, or what do production companies do when something's a smash hit?
Run that shit back.
Yeah, but they run that shit back and they rush it, and that's what happened here. They apparently get like. There was an interview with Pierce, and he said that they had the script wasn't done for half the scenes they were doing, and they were just kind of fucking throwing things at him to do because they weren't done yet. But the production company was like trying to release some stock, and they were like, "We want the release to go when we release the stock, yada yada." Anyway, it ended up releasing the same day as Titanic, and it turned out that this is the only Brosnan film that didn't debut at the number one in the box office. But Titanic. You could have picked a better. You could have picked a better day.
All right. Now you and I have something called hindsight.
Of course.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Titanic was like for the longest time it was like over $1 billion gross. Like
it was the biggest ever
until Avatar, right?
Yes.
And Avatar came out in like 2009, 2010.
Yeah, exactly. So 20 years, Yeah. 10 years.
A little more than 10. Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
I'm already done with my drink.
You and I have hindsight, to say that was probably not a good move. I don't know. Like now, let's say that Gin and Sofa was releasing a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that we make a movie that we know is dope. We're like, you know what? This dope ass movie. We have a lot of people that listen to Gin and Sofa. They're going to come out to this Gin and Sofa movie.
So 18th Gin and Sofa movie. All right.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what they
That's true. They do. To be fair, they deserve to have the balls with the way GoldenEye did. You know what I mean? Like you're like, well, look what we just fucking did. We're coming. I get that.
Do you think anyone knew? Like, because Leonardo DiCaprio was like pretty young in his career, and Kate Winslet was she was like nobody. James Cameron,
he did have the great Billy Zane.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I don't know why you and Chris love that dude so much. Like,
because Billy Zane rules.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I just don't know why he rules.
Okay, but one day you will.
Yeah, when I'm older, maybe I'll figure it out.
We're gonna introduce a new segment, and it's gonna be what role would Billy Zane do better in this movie? Whenever we're talking about a movie, he'd be better as
than what? Lin?
Lin?
In
Waylon.
This movie.
Waylon.
Yeah. Waylon.
Yeah. Maybe. Sure. So no, they didn't know. Also, another funny thing. Speaking of decisions that hindsight would have been better on, Martin Campbell, the director for GoldenEye, decided he didn't want to do 2 Bonds in a row and decided to direct The Mask of Zorro instead.
Which is a dope movie.
Dope movie, but however, apparently that took Anthony Hopkins with him, who was supposed to be Carver.
Okay.
Yep. So they took Anthony Hopkins with the director when he was like, I'm doing Zorro, bro. And he's like, I'm going to go over here too. So then they got this Roger Spottiswoode, who directed Turner and Hooch.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I think they kind of, there was a kind of a combination of time crunch and things not line up like they should have kind of deal.
Okay.
But we could talk about how that affects the movie at the end, of course.
Okay.
But I just want to give you a little backstory, like what the fuck was even happening, you know?
Oh, cool. Appreciate it.
So with this, the budget,
What was the last budget?
yeah, I know. I got
57. I think it said 6. No, I think I said 57 and you said 60.
Yeah, it's 60. GoldenEye was 60.
This one,
I have
you
it
know what?
written down.
GoldenEye did really well. The budget for this, 75.
Yeah, no,
No?
110.
Woo!
They like basically doubled it.
Okay.
Insane. Okay, so but box office.
So 356 was GoldenEye, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say 189.
Okay, so you think it just barely made money?
Yeah.
It made $339.5 million. So it made about 17 million less than GoldenEye.
Okay. So yeah.
It still made a pretty damn good amount. The only reason it didn't was because, of course, we talked about Titanic made more than it, but like that's a lot of fucking, a lot of dough. And I was like thinking about this, and we can get to the end of the Brosnan era or whatever, right? But like as of now, like compared to like Timothy Dalton and like Roger Moore movies, like I know the landscape of movies changed in the 90s and stuff, but like Jesus Christ, the amount they made compared to like License to Kill to now is like crazy.
Yeah. I mean they obviously spent a good amount of money, but I'd say like
it's a win in my book, right?
Yeah.
You know, triple your what you spent. I think you make out pretty good in that. So it opens with a gun barrel.
Yeah. Same gun barrel.
I think so. Yeah. It seemed. So I will say, there's a new music composer.
Okay.
This one, it's David Arnold. He does the music from this is his first Bond film. He does it all the way through. His last one's Quantum of Solace.
Okay.
So it's why it kind of sounds. GoldenEye had his own little sound to it because it was somebody else, But it's the same kind of. I don't know. It might be a different noise, but it looked fine. Basic gun barrel.
Yeah, and then we end up at a terrorist supermarket in Russia.
Yeah, that's right.
Flea market for arms dealers.
Classic.
Yeah.
And then a little camera pops up.
Yep. And you're in this like war room, and it's got like MI6, and there's a bunch of like emeralds and shit like that, and they got some guy on the in the field, spying on these
White Knight
dudes. Yeah, White Knight.
White Knight.
What a racist that's. White Knight.
I'm surprised they didn't call the guy. I can't remember what his name is. Is it Robinson or something? No, it's he doesn't have a name.
Are you talking about the guy that did a lot of talking?
Mm-hmm. He took over basically like Tanner's role.
Like Tanner, but it wasn't Tanner.
It wasn't. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we're 18 films deep. Can we have a little fucking continuity?
Yeah, I feel like you say this every time.
Why can't we fucking have like defined role? Why we got to keep giving speaking roles to randos?
I agree with that. And if that's the point, like I think I saw that they couldn't get the actor that was in the last one back because he was doing something else. Okay, sorry, bro. Now this guy is now Tanner, and he will be Tanner until he can. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm sorry, but like, look, I've never directed. I've never been a part of a movie, but like, you're fucking Bond. You're James Bond. You are making the next Bond movie. You're telling me that some fucking rando actor that is doing, a couple speaking lines can't fucking roll in and be Tanner.
Oh, and particularly, yeah, he did he was in like 2 scenes, right? This and then the briefing scene.
You're telling me you
can't do that?
Get him in?
Yeah.
Even if they're like, you know what I'm saying?
Charles. I know what you're saying. Fuck him. That's what I say. Charles Robinson.
Okay.
His name's Robinson. Anyway, he was in. You ever seen the first Resident Evil movie?
No.
Okay, that's all I got.
All right.
So he's in that. Yeah,
All right.
I like him though. I think he's pretty. I think he was a little bit better of a like chief of staff kind of. I don't know.
Sure. You know, he's fine and he
Mhm.
good.
I'm
I
with
guess
you.
I'm just
with
at the
you.
point now where it's
I
just
am
like,
with you.
what? Why do we
Yeah,
not have
what-
defined roles? It's
yeah,
James
I know.
Bond. You know.
You also could just not have anybody there. Just have a dude. Anyway, so they're doing this like White Knight. You know, he's seeing things, and he's like talking to him on the radio, but you don't hear the other side of the conversation.
Yeah.
And
And
I don't
then-
know what happened, but this admiral was like, I've heard enough. I'm blowing these bitches up.
Yeah, and they're like they got the Russians there, and they're
They're
like,
name
hey,
dropping dudes, right?
yeah, and they're like, hey, we have an election in a week. Like, look at all these arms. We just got to blow this shit up.
Yeah.
So they fucking launch a missile from a ship, and they're like,
the Devonshire.
yeah, and they're like, shit's gonna blow up in like 4 minutes.
Mhm.
And then from there, Robinson is talking to White Knight, and then like White Knight, I guess we'll just assume that he had like, he moves and the fucking the video moves.
Sure.
You
He's
know?
got a GoPro on his head,
Yeah, sure.
Or a body cam, maybe is more like
So he moves, and they see that there are some nuclear missiles attached to a jet.
Fighter jet, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh shit! If we blow up this fucking arms flea market, we're gonna have like Chernobyl."
Yeah. Oh, he said something like, "It's going to be like Chernobyl was a picnic or something," right? And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and,
yeah. So then they cut to was Judi Dench says some smart mark, like I don't know. I can't remember. It was basically like, let my motherfucker do what he do. Kind of thing,
kind of.
like, kind of like, and I thought it was kind of funny how he went from GoldenEye, where she was like, you're an old piece of shit. And now she's just like, that's my boy. Like,
there were a few scenes between M and Bond.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah.
You're starting to see that, like, she doesn't like him, but she respects his
game.
craft.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I think with that little quip, they cut to this guy trying to light a cigarette, and he looks up, and the guy who's lighting a cigarette is our boy Jimmy B. And,
he looks a little. Now it is Russia, but did he look a little more unkempt than GoldenEye?
A little bit. I think they gave him a different haircut. I think
a little more
so.
Scruffy.
It looked like he didn't shave completely. Maybe he's getting a little old. I don't know.
Yeah, his hair's a little longer.
Yeah.
Hey, you're in Russia.
Maybe he's trying to fit in more, right? He's trying to be more like scruffy and drinking vodka, which he does later. But so he knocks this dude out, and it's like, oh shit, there he is, right? And then he just starts like, he has like a lighter that's a grenade.
All I know is like, all right, this whole scene, Gladiator, what? Gladiator always pops up in my head. Are you not entertained? Yeah, I was entertained.
Right.
Dude's fucking stealing machine guns.
He's on a fighter jet. He's bullets. Exactly.
He fucking grabs a helmet. He fucking smashes the pilot in the head. I didn't necessarily know what he did to the co-pilot. I didn't see it, but co-pilot was incapacitated.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. I think maybe something we missed. Maybe he hit him with the helmet.
Bond steals the fucking plane, and then dude wakes up. Bond's in the air. Dude wakes up, and he fucking Lucky Charms this guy, and fucking he's fucking got him. And then Bond takes him out, and then I laughed. And this kind of came back to the Roger Moore, like, is Bond a comedy? I just thought it was funny when, like, there was another plane that was tailing him. It was, like, over him, and then Bond's like, two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
Fucking ejects the pilot behind him, and it goes into the plane above him. And
I think it's funny because I think that part of it is, like you said, is it a comedy? But then you're kind of like, it makes sense for Bond, right? To be like, ooh, actually, launch this guy and just take him, and then you're like, that's like what he does. He almost does things to get out of situations, almost that he doesn't. I don't know how to say it. He does things
Also,
that necessarily were the right way to do it, but it makes it cooler.
I feel like Pierce Brosnan, uh, he watched a lot of Bond prior to doing Bond, and he said, "You know what, Roger Moore, hold my beer when it comes to fucking campy lines
Oh,
because
I
like
know.
people."
Backseat drivers.
And right now I'm laughing. I know when I get to the fourth one, I'm gonna be crying. But like they're so cheesy, and like they were pretty cheesy when it came to Roger Moore, like his little one-liners. And like I don't really remember like Daniel Craig having one-liners. I'm sure he does. I'm sure like when I rewatch them, I'm
I think they're a different taste on his. Well, I think the way it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say. You can see the sine wave of it going.
right.
Right? You can see like they're like I think Timothy Dalton maybe had some, but they definitely weren't like this. And then like I feel like, but I also feel like, is it the directors or is it the actors? And that's the question, right? Do you think Timothy Dalton's like, I gotta be super serious? And I kind of felt that's the way he took the role. I hate women and one-liners, dude. I'm here to fuck shit up. You know what I mean? And
And
everyone's
then
like,
you
oh,
find
all right,
out
bro.
that Timothy Dalton doesn't believe in suffrage.
Yeah. And you're
Like
just like, okay. And so like, and I feel like Pierce, like you said, he definitely was like, clearly his wife was on a Roger Moore film and he was on the set. So he probably was like, man, this guy rules. Roger Moore is like, you know what I mean? Like, and I could see it. I could see him like, and I do appreciate, at least so far, his ability to do some Roger Moore stuff without going full Roger Moore, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like
right.
he's able to like kind of like just do enough. Like with what you got there.
Oh,
Oh, this thing.
I have these champagne and beer.
Oh, the champagne beers. We don't
Yeah.
need Bollinger, boys. He's
Also,
got Miller.
I find it so funny for whatever reason. So, people drink Bush Heavy, people drink Coors Banquet.
Cheers.
It is pretty hard for me to find Miller High Life. Like they
I don't know. I don't
they've
be
got
for that
it.
beer anymore,
It's
though.
just like there's not a like I guess there's not a lot of Miller High Life drinkers. Light beer definitely takes the front
Yeah.
seat, if you will. But like next time you're buying cooler beer, just look how little Miller High Life there is.
Okay.
And I
I
don't
don't know if I
why.
noticed how. Yeah.
It's the champagne and beers.
It should be everywhere, right? It should be
Right?
It should be. Doesn't it like flow from the rafters? I don't know. It's like some. Who knows?
Tastes pretty good. Established
Just
in
yeah. He's
1903.
what's that?
So
1903?
established in 1903.
So, backseat drivers.
Yeah. Again, the whole scene, like I can kind of see when you said that the budget was 110 million. Like, yeah, they're
Yeah.
ship's blown up. They have a fucking jet. Like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And again, I was entertained.
I was. It was a very, it's an intro scene, so you're kind of just like you're along for the ride. Just it's supposed to drop you in the action, and I think it did a good job.
Did we ever pinpoint when the intro scenes actually tied into the movie?
Oh, so if you didn't notice, it's very subtle. What they say, they're like they're like, hey, this guy, this Chinese criminal is here, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, and they're like, okay, this guy Gupta is there.
Yeah,
and he had the red box.
I guess what I'm asking is, do you remember early on in Bond, like the intro scene had nothing to do with the movie?
Oh, okay. You're saying when did we start doing that?
Yeah, because I know GoldenEye.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know. I think both Timothy Dalton's, somewhere in the
View to a Kill.
era.
What was A View to a Kill's?
Ooh, Sorry, I'm still. I have For Your Eyes Only, which was not tied into anything. That was
Right.
fucking Blowfield falling down a chimney.
Right. That was not either.
Had nothing to do with anything. So after that,
I
maybe
feel like there was a
Octopussy?
few. So I think it's like it was like kind of staggered randomly. They would have ones that,
Yeah,
and maybe they just kind of started doing more. They're like, hey, why not? But I want to. I mean, we'll get the world is not enough. I don't think that connects.
ties in. Okay.
I don't think so. We'll see.
Well, these two have tied in.
Yeah.
Because
Do you
they
like
were
that or do you not like that?
No,
Would you
I
rather they-
do.
Mhm.
I like it. It doesn't have to be like a complete tie-in, but it should
Yeah.
be something. Like going back again, like going back and honing my craft and listening to prior Jen and Sofa episodes of James.
As you
Bradley.
all should.
Yeah.
Yes.
The dumbest shit ever was them fucking randomly having Blowfield and then having it deal with nothing. Like, so
yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, when you're talking about a 2.5 hour film, like, I do think the intro, like, I think it should
I agree.
tie in,
I agree because kind of what you're saying, because it gets to this point where like almost all the Roger Moore movies were like this, right? Where it was like kind of like the first 30 minutes is basically setting up this villain's plot.
Right.
And you can use that intro as like a kickstart to that.
Right.
Because if we didn't, they'd have to set up this guy who has this box and what happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we already know this dude we've seen the box.
Right.
And then like once we go through the title sequence, they show the box again with the ship, right? So we already know that it came from this terrorist bazaar. We don't know why, but we know something's happening, it's connected. But on that note, the title sequence, I did like how I did like Bond having smarmy remarks to the Admiral when we like came out of the explosion. It's like, tell me where he wants me to drop these bombs off, bitch, because I made it through. And they're like, oh, White Knight, baby. And they're like, this guy every time.
Yeah, it's my boy.
And then he like flies away, and then the screen kind of cracks like glass into the title sequence. I like that.
Yeah, all I have in my notes for the intro scene, I said better than the last few.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And then we were able to definitely hop in the 90s. We had Sheryl Crow.
We had Sheryl
sing,
Crow.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
What'd you think about the song?
I said I don't hate it.
I said it's okay. I don't know. I think I liked GoldenEye better than the song.
But prior to this week, because GoldenEye was Tina Turner, right? And then License to Kill was Glass Knight. So we got into kind of like this like R&B. I did enjoy that we're in the mid 90s. So we went
Oh, do you know? I mean, I keep foreshadowing with this, but you know what the next one is?
Have no idea.
It's Garbage. This world is not enough. You know what Garbage is?
Oh. I'm only happy when it rains. Yes,
exactly.
I know who Garbage is.
So your comment about like, I'm like, yeah, they definitely went full blown like 90. And I see. I like that. Like I do. One thing about this saga of movies is how it changes with the decades. Like you can kind of tell what era of the world you're in by what Bond movie you're watching. Essentially, I got A View to a Kill. I know I'm in the 80s kind of thing, and I like when they do that compared to like Octopussy and For Your Eyes Only. I didn't know it was in the 80s with those songs.
Right.
Because they're like love song, power ballades, whatever. And I'm like, I need that. Like, I could see the Sheryl Crow being like, okay, this is 90s hardcore, It was okay. I'm not a big Sheryl Crow fan. That's probably why, but it's all right. It wasn't bad.
If it makes you happy,
can't be that bad.
If it makes you happy, then why the motherfucker. You're so sad, brother.
Yeah, you're right. The imagery was like very X-ray and like digital. Like
Yeah,
circuit boards and
I
stuff.
liked. I did like the X-ray.
I do like that these last two kind of alluded to the storyline. Like
Yeah.
GoldenEye had like those ancient, the like Russian statues and things like that, and we find out, of course, 006 is like Aliens Kozak and like has to deal with like the Russian, like, you know, and all that. And this one was all the circuitry and like digital age, and of course we go to Carver being a digital dude. So I do like that. I like the fact that they're like, and I think before that it was just chicks with tits out, you know, and they're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, we had.
Which I'm not against that.
titty.
I'm just saying. But
brother, if I really wanted to watch
I could
it,
yeah, exactly. I can see a titty.
It's fucking 2026 at this point. There's something called the Hub. You know, not that I need to, not that I want to. I'm just saying, like, I don't watch movies to see fucking titties.
So,
you know?
Yeah. So we're in the South. We break out of this scene.
Yeah.
Title sequence. We're in the South China Sea. It says, and we're on this, the Devonshire, HMS Devonshire, or something like that.
Yep.
And they show this secret like room, and the encoder that we just saw is like doing some number shit.
Yep.
So they kind of, yeah, and they kind of cut back and forth between the British ship and this giant fucking like stealth ship. I guess you just want to call it Carver's ship. We find out later. The stealth ship and this giant blonde dude is like on the like comms. And they're like, hey, we're getting these alerts that we're like close to this country, and they're like, we're not even close to that.
Yeah, because the Chinese fly over, and they're like, hey, you're like 12, you're out of international waters, you know, kind of.
Yeah, thing. You're closer to China than you thought you were, right?
No, the fuck we aren't, you know. And then from there, they have this weird like drill.
Yeah, it's like 3 like drills. Yeah. And they launched it into this. So they basically, to summarize what was happening, they made China think that this ship was closer than it was.
They made China, or they made the British? See,
I think they made them. I think they made them both think that. So that way, and then they sank the Devonshire.
Yep.
Making it look like China did it.
Yep.
And that way they retaliate against each other, and no one knows what's going on because the ship in the back is like stealth.
Yep.
And this torpedo, this guy's like got a joystick and he's like fucking directing it around like it's a goddamn fucking Pac-Man.
Yeah. And then from there, they just start making fucking media posts.
Yeah. So he calls into this like old dude who's like holding this like Teams call. And he's got the Zoom boys on, and that guy from the beginning, Gupta, rolls up. And that's kind of how you're like, oh, he's a bad guy. And it is a bad guy. And this blonde guy works for them, who's also a bad guy. So they basically, he's telling them like,
also, they sank the British ship. And then from there, the survivors, the Germans on this stealth ship, fucking just lit up these motherfuckers. Just
yeah, and somebody's like camera filming it too.
Yeah, they're all
like, and he's like, I need to know the exact number of survivors you had.
Right,
it's like 17 or something. I also want a side note on the boat. One of the British guys was Gerard Butler.
Oh, I didn't know that.
In his first role. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Before he was, before he got abs.
Yeah,
and he didn't need to be an extra anymore. Like, hey, dude, don't worry about that, dude. Take your shirt off.
Great movie, 300. I still remember finger blasted someone in that movie.
Oh, okay. Do you?
You know who? We talked about that.
It wasn't my butt. So now they get this this news guy who's just basically letting it know that he's manipulating everything happening for his own gain.
And he's effectively made his own CNN. Elliot Carver.
Elliot Carver's name.
Yeah, let's take a moment right now to talk about Elliot Carver.
Sure.
So you said originally it could have been Anthony Hopkins.
He was the one they had lined up for him.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I hate this dude as a villain, as an actor. I hate this guy. I do. Don't like him. Don't like him. Don't like. I
Did
do
you
not
did you
know.
like him in Game of Thrones?
Uh, was he in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, he was. Do you remember when Cersei got her hair cut off and had to walk down nude?
Yeah.
That religious like cult that took over.
Yeah.
He's
That was
the
him.
leader of it, and he gets blown up with the like when
Yep.
yeah.
The fire, whatever it's called.
Yeah, underground. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like Marjorie Tyrell gets blown. Yeah,
Yep.
he's that guy. I think he's phenomenal at being fucking annoying.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? And I will say, like, you got 006, who's this like, you know, anti 007. He's he's a secret agent, and he's got this plan and all that stuff. And this guy is just fucking psycho. And sometimes I'm okay with it because I'm just like,
it didn't work for this
Okay.
guy. For me, I didn't feel like it worked. And later we're gonna find out in the film that like he actually like shoots people and shit. I could not see it at all. Like I didn't think it at all. Like I didn't feel like this guy had the ability to open up a fucking Pringles can. Like
well,
I didn't.
yeah. I think they had Stamper supposed to be his muscle, so I can
Yeah,
see that guy
but-
killing dude.
okay.
Yeah, I
talking
know what you
about talking about like relevant shit. If you follow the NFL, Terry Pagula is the owner of the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, Terry Pagula in this Elliot Carver, same fucking person, incompetent.
Apparently he's doing something right. Because he's like everyone's feeding into him. I think about this later on with the party he has, massive party. He's paying this guy at the end.
He's got money. How
be
he
able to-
got the money,
Listen,
I don't
bro,
know.
if my boss pulled the back of my head because I was looking at my phone and like fucking slam me down, bitch. But hey, man, I'm getting paid like $500 million. I guess I'm like, whatever, bro. Put your finger on my butt.
Did not like him.
Okay,
and
that's fair. I think
maybe-
he's very. I do think he's very like hit or miss.
Maybe
You know
it
what I
would have
mean?
been different if it was a different actor.
I think it would have been. I mean, obviously, I think I don't see Anthony Hopkins being like that. So
Also, can we talk about what is going on right now with Bond and Game of Thrones? Like, and obviously, Game of Thrones came out way later than most of these Bond movies. Like, is that like a requirement to be
apparently to be in Game of Thrones? Were you in a Bond movie?
a minor character in Game of Thrones? Like, hey, I was in Bond. You were hired. Like we'll figure out what you're gonna do later on, but yeah, you're hired.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think maybe it's just like a British. Like everyone's like, yeah, you got to be British. So there's only so many.
Yeah,
of us, I
but
guess.
George R.R. Martin is not British.
I know, but the show is just all British-ish. I don't know, man. Lana Headey's gonna show up soon, I guess, in the next Bond, as you know. So, your favorite guy, anyway.
Yeah.
And then they cut the Bond. Who is that? This like teacher's house, like
Yeah,
university.
He's fucking. So he's.
Did you see
in
the DB5?
Oxford. Yes, but
Okay.
that comes later. It comes after Moneypenny calls him, but yeah, Bond is fucking this professor at Oxford.
Nice.
She's
One bang.
Danish, and or she's Dutch, Danish.
Does it count as a bang?
I kind of is bang number one. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
For
I
sure.
agree on that.
Yeah.
Concur.
So
Cunning linguist
yeah.
comment from Moneypenny.
Yeah, Moneypenny calls him and she's like, hey, shit's going down. We need you. And Bond's like, I'll be there in an hour. And she's like, you got 30 minutes. She's
Yeah.
on the Bond at this point, which I laughed, because Bond's always like, I'll be there in 30
What do
minutes.
you think about
You know
Moneypenny's
what?
haircut?
Might as well make it an hour. I didn't like that. I don't like that 90s cut. I don't
It is very 90s. It is
don't give
very
me short pixie hair.
I think
like
she's trying to look like M. That's all I'm saying. She's
I
trying to look like
don't
Judy.
need her hair down to her fucking ass, but just give me a little bit of hair. Like,
She said James can still pull it. It's okay.
yeah, James
Because
Bond
the
should
Danish
not,
girl also has short hair. James Bond should what?
James Bond should not have more hair than Moneypenny. You know, like that's all I'm saying. You know, then next in this new Bond, we're gonna get some chick with alopecia. That
Yeah.
is, next Moneypenny.
And then
Uh,
Bond's got a mullet.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, Bond.
he's an Australian guy with a
2026.
mullet.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. It'd probably be funny as shit if Bond was some like 19-year-old with a mullet. You know,
Yeah.
wearing fucking chubbies.
Fresh out of Oxford, brother. So they show he gets to the briefing.
Yep.
They're in the Rolls Royce. I noticed the one from A View to a Kill.
Yep.
I think it was the whatever the 007 Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Or the MI6 one. And they're doing this briefing on the road. And of course they're like, hey, this is another one of my favorite. Hey, Bond, what do you know about Elliot Carver? Excuse me, actually, I know everything about this. You know what I mean? Like classic Bond. I know that guy. And so he starts spilling off the beans on the knows about Elliot. He's like this fucking like megalomaniac. He's like fucking rich. He owns the news. I found out that he's inspired by the real life Rupert Murdoch.
And then
If you know
and
that
then
is.
conveniently, Bond used to bang Elliot Carver's wife.
Right.
Yeah.
This is kind of the first time I guess
old
they said
bang.
an old bang was in the movie. You know, they never really talk about an old bang.
Yeah.
But then I did like how M was like, she said, we need you to she said, I need you to remind her that you used to have a thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know if that'd be easy. And she said, well, I need you to pump information out of her.
Yeah. And then
And I was like,
Moneypenny said something about
you're the one that needs to decide how much pumping is needed.
Yeah.
And
And I'm like,
but Pierce's face though, and the whole thing, he's just like, what the fuck is happening? You know, he's looking at him like, we're on the same page finally? You know, he's like, hey, are we really about letting me do this? So yeah.
I did not mark it, but during the movie, like Bond, like he fucking full blown like laughed at one point in time. And like I assume like that's when Pierce Brosnan just like broke and they left it in. Like it
was when in the car.
Was it?
There was one in the car where he was like in the back seat.
Maybe.
And he's like, I'll have it written down. We can get to
it.
It
was when he was remote control. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like when the tires reinflate, he was just like, he's like, oh, yeah. and I was like, I kind of felt like I would be doing the same shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this shit's sick, you know?
Yeah, like he was part of Impractical Jokers, you know, he's just like tickled.
And I do think and I guess actually a good thing is that we got for pump her for information. Then we cut to he's at the airport and he meets Q. Speaking of
man Q.
And old man Q. First of all, I love the overcoat James is wearing. Sick jacket. And I know it's because it's the 90s and fashion's kind of getting like closer, like, you know, when we know like contemporary, like what we see is fashion. But I feel like ever since Timothy Dalton got taken out, the fashion level's gone way up in these last two movies. Now the budget's gone way up.
Right.
I did read, funny thing, this movie is the first Bond movie, I think maybe even the first movie, that its entire budget was paid for by sponsorship, by market placements.
Really?
So they didn't have to pay for shit. You know, they got Omega watches, they got BMW. And so anyway, so he meets Q, he's old. But I think also Pierce was kind of laughing and smiling in this scene too. And I feel like he just had a good time with Q, you know?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is Q's second to last movie, right?
Yeah.
Because we will see him one more time.
Yeah.
In whatever the world is not enough. Okay.
We have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
But the world's not enough.
Fuck Q.
Rip Tracy.
Q, man.
Also, it is sad what happened to him. I don't know if you know, but yeah.
What happened? He died.
A car accident.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't die of old age. He died in a car accident.
He was like 114.
I know, but he still died too early, bro. He could at least been up to like quantum by now.
Shit, I didn't know it was a car accident. I just thought it was old age.
I know you assume it's like, you know.
Yeah. Shit.
85 when he died.
Okay, I guess he wasn't
He's like, well,
old.
yeah, driving alone from a book signing. Yeah, massive internal injuries.
Also, you're 85 and you make money. You should hire a driver. Just saying.
Head-on collision with a Fiat.
You
Nasty
know.
way to go.
Unless
Anyway,
you're Macho
this scene
Man
was
Randy
great.
Savage.
Yeah.
And that's an epic way to go. You know, driving a Jeep,
Yeah.
popping a fucking median, hitting a fucking tree and having a heart attack. Like, there's no other fucking Macho Man Randy Savage way to go than fucking heart attack, pop a median, head on into a tree.
Damn, he died 3 weeks after the premiere. What was not enough?
Shit. Well,
Yeah.
at
Okay,
least he saw the premiere.
let's get back on track, boys.
All right.
So Q and Bond are having a good time together.
I enjoyed the banter when
Mhm.
Q is gets a little red sports coat on.
His little Avis coat on.
Yep. And he's like, you know, hey, we need you to fill out this insurance paperwork. And they're going back and forth of all the bullshit that Bond's gonna fucking do to this car.
Yeah, he says his collision coverage. Absolutely.
Yes.
He said fire coverage. Yes. Property damage. He's like, oh, I think so. I got it written down. Yeah. I was like, yeah, all this shit he's got to do to it. So he takes him over to his new car, the BMW 750.
Can I stop you?
Yeah.
I'm still thinking back to Goldeneye and
Mhm.
about why M doesn't like him because she's a fucking accountant. And now we fast forward to you know, Q's like, hey, I'm gonna give you this fucking 750. You know, what you gonna do to this car? And Bond's already like, I'm gonna fuck this shit up. Like,
Yeah.
no
I'm
reason
gonna find
why
many
M-
ways.
why I don't know why M doesn't like me. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Yeah, and this car is loaded, fully loaded. Probably one of the most fully loaded cars we've seen to date. I
so
think. It's very DB5-esque, you know?
I don't know. Like, did you look up what does a BMW 750 cost back in '97? Like,
I don't think it's that much. I'd say maybe 70 grand.
okay,
You know what I mean?
okay. So
So
got it.
definitely not a Aston Martin.
Sure, but still, you know, Bond's like, hey, yeah, that's 70 grand. Like, you're gonna eat that shit. Like,
Yeah, I do think it's funny that 'cause this is probably the most like believable car you'd give a secret agent. You know, like you don't have a guy come out with an Aston Martin Vanquish or whatever, right? Like, I wonder what that guy does for a living. You know, like, and then you got this guy with a BMW. Like, I don't know, he's a banker. You know, like clearly. So they go over this.
A banker.
Yeah, so he gives him the BMW 750. He's just explaining that this is the phone that controls
he gives him
the
the
car.
cell phone, and then
It's
the
got
cell phone has a stun gun.
20,000 volt security stun gun, fingerprint scanner,
Yep,
and the remote control for the BMW.
Yep, and then you know, and Q showing his age that he doesn't really know how to do it, and then Bond just goes full like fucking savant.
Yeah,
and then I enjoyed that scene.
It was a good scene.
Yeah,
he pulls it. Yeah, and then he pulls it all the way up like full speed and stops right in front of him. And I think this Q say like grow up. Oh, grow up, 007.
Yeah,
and that's the end of the scene. And I was like,
yeah,
classic Q. Then they cut to the party he's going to, Carver's party, massive Carver party.
Yep.
He gets introduced to Elliot Carver, and it's an opportunity for a name drop.
Did he name?
Yeah, he said. He's like,
yeah,
Mr. Carver. This is
James Bond. James Bond, and then what do you do? I'm a banker. Okay, you're going undercover as a banker, and you can.
Bond's never been good at being undercover, bro.
You can only come up.
He's never been good since Connery.
Bond, okay? James Bond.
The only one that's been
Bond,
good
the banker.
Like John St. Smythe. St. John Smythe. Yeah, exactly. And then before he's even able to talk to Carver, Wei Lin rolls up.
Yeah, fangirl.
Yeah, fangirl. She's like Chinese reporter or newscaster. And of course, Carver's like, what up?
yeah, he's like, are you here? And she's like, no, I'm not invited to this party. I crashed this motherfucker. He's like, oh, you did? She's like, yeah. Yeah, so Michelle Yao played Waylon. She was 35 in this movie. And then we also met Carver's wife, Paris. And we said played by Terry Hatcher. She was 36.
Did you know they're real and they're spectacular, Mike?
What?
They're real and they're spectacular.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Seinfeld. She was one of Jerry's girlfriends.
Okay.
And there's a whole episode where George and him thought they were fake. And at the end, when she found out they were guessing about it, and she's like, oh, no, they're real. And they're spectacular. And then she left. They broke up.
Oh, okay.
I'll say babe. Total babe. Anyway, 90s babe.
Okay.
Waylon, too. Babes. Two babes rolling around this party.
A little old for me. But,
oh, okay. Sure thing, bud. So they're sitting there talking about how like they used to fuck. And it really is like conversations like you sleep with a gun under your pillow is like the key line she says to him.
Yeah. And then at some point in time, like Bond steps away, so Carver goes up and he's like talking about his fucking network that's gonna launch. And then yeah, Carver's dudes like they rough Bond up.
Yeah, they like oops, sorry. Yeah, it was funny because they were like, hey, Bond, or like, hey, we gotta go talk, we got a phone call. And like James like knows they're just gonna fuck him up, and he's like, all right. Yeah. And he goes with him and gets fucked up, you know, like it's like so they're beating the shit out of him.
And then he fucks him up, and then I did laugh pretty hard when Bond fucks up the dude with a fucking crystal ashtray. You know?
Oh yeah. I did like so I liked how he kind of like picked it up and was like he was just like bam, and it just knocked it. I was like, all right, very, very, very Bond like, you know, like he'd be like, yeah, let me make sure. And then he cuts the power from there
for the broadcast.
Which, you know, I rates Carver because he's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
So from there, he basically goes back to his room.
Yeah, and then Carver
he's drinking some Smirnoff.
Well, and then Carver whores out his wife, but then it gets weird because like
very weird.
He whores out his wife, and then when he realizes that his wife actually whores out,
he's pissed.
Then he sends in the doctor.
The doctor. I just like he's like, wait a minute, she fucking did it.
Yeah, you know, like he said something on the lines of like, whatever you need to do.
It was like, how well do you know him? She's like, I don't know him that well. It's like, I think you do, or you should remind him.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay.
Yeah, and then she reminded him, and then the dude was mad.
And then he's like, oh, you serious? And he's like, kill him.
You fucking slut. You fucking whore. You know,
that's called entrapment, lady. Let's go gaslighting. Yeah. Don't be with a man that gaslights you like that. You know,
gas lamping.
Gas lamping.
Yeah. Don't get gas lamped.
Don't be glamped. All right.
Yeah. You know, like
so then like, and then this, I'm just saying a side note that this Gupta dude is like up Carver's ass the whole movie. He just kind of follows him around. Anyway, he's just there. So Bond's like pissed, dude, drinking his fucking, he's like taking shots just like this with his gun. He's like, because I guess he just assumes somebody's gonna roll up to his hotel.
Right.
He's just like, all right, I'm gonna kill somebody wasted, right? Turns out it's Paris looking like a fox.
Yep.
Here to remind him. And you know, this is how you remind me. And she said, how I really come. And he said, yes.
Second bang. Yeah.
Second bang.
And then she tells him after the bang about like at this point in time, was this Thunderball when Goldfinger, Goldmember?
Which one?
Goldfinger. One of the ones where Bond bangs. I think it was Goldfinger, where Bond bangs the girl of the baddie, and then she's like,
Thunderball.
Hey, save me, Thunderball, right? And then
no, you talking about Pussy Galore? No, they don't bang. I think you're mixing. He does bang the bad girl in Thunderball, and then she's
No,
like,
not a bad girl. I'm saying like when he bangs the lover of the bad guy, and she's like, "Save me," and
That's
then
Thunderball.
she dies.
Domino, I think, yeah, or some shit, yeah.
Domino
Whatever.
doesn't die.
What somebody dies. All right.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Might be
Yeah.
Goldfinger.
Yeah. So like after they bang, she's just like, "Hey, save me, and I'll give you some information." Like,
By the way, there's a lab at the top floor.
yeah, secret door.
Yep.
You can get in from the top. You know,
Yep. Just let you know.
save me. I love you. Save
Nice dick.
me.
Save me.
Good cock. Dude's crazy.
I would like to. I would.
Me.
This is crazy, but I'd like to be on that cock again. But I have to be alive for that. Okay, thank you so much. At the same time, they're showing
Carver, no one likes him. I hate him. I fucking hate him. You know, like not a believable character. No one believes this guy's crazy, which maybe is the most crazy character, that no one believes that you're crazy. Like I can't see it. I don't see it. I do not like this character.
He somehow convinced some people to build a ship. Anyway, money talks, I guess, right? There's a man called, I can't say, we're gonna get canceled. You know, there's people in real life right now that are pretty close to that kind of personality with that kind of power. Anyway, at the same time, Gupta's like with Carver, and he's like, I'm hacking into the mainframe like a fucking dweeb.
Sure.
And they find out that, and he's like, clean record. Guy's clearly a government agent.
Yeah, clearly.
And then clean record.
Yeah. And then they're like, hey, so my wife's talking to this guy. We should send the doctor her way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'd say that the one line that he showed Carver is she said, do you still sleep with a gun on your pillow? And he's like, that's it. He's a government agent. Would that prove that you're a government agent, or you just like have a gun on your fucking pillow because maybe, self-defense?
All right. I know a lot of guys.
I'm pretty sure my dad had a gun on his pillow.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a secret agent. Like.
All right. Daddy producer, Daddy Nagy, whatever the fuck we call you. Wow. You still haunt my fucking memories. I still remember, being fucking 7 and bringing a book to your house and seeing the silhouette, you grabbing the fucking gun off your fucking bookshelf and then having it behind your back. And I'm just trying to give you a book. Many people have guns. That's all I'm saying. Like, I do not believe your dad was a government agent.
Maybe it is at the time. Like that.
I believe your dad believes in self-defense.
It's a British agent right there, baby.
No, your dad is not a British agent. No,
send the doctor. Right. So Bond goes to the secret lab.
Right.
He does a little snooping. He uses the cell phone, has a key. He uses it for taser to break in and scan a fingerprint. Cool.
All right. Let's talk about this safe that he breaks into.
You want to talk about what's in it?
Yes.
The contents?
Okay. What the fuck is going on?
Gupta's a boy, bro. He's a baller. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that. There were needles.
There was some powder.
There was cocaine.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
there was random magazines.
I'm assuming they were porn mags.
What?
And then money,
and the
cash,
encoder.
And the encoder.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on with this safe?
They did everything he had was in that safe. He's like, what am I feeling right now? Am I feeling like doing some world domination or some fucking cocaine? I don't even know. So
what the fuck was that syringe? Because we don't know. It's not like they use it later, like dope up people or anything.
No. So Bond takes the box though, the encoder. I did say that the office snooping, him looking around stuff, it kind of reminded me of On Her Majesty's when maybe it was because the porn mags were there too, but when Lazenby had the Playboy and he was just like, breaking it. I was like, it's very like old school Bond, like looking around, but like anyway. So he's about to leave, and Wei Lin busts in.
Yep.
Sets the alarm off. Way to go.
Yep.
I liked how he locked the door with the gun barrel. He's like, boop, 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 boop. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Bond
they're chased.
escaped.
Yeah, so they're getting chased. Wayland's got some special like gadgets. Walk down the wall. She's just like being like, I'm cool.
Right.
He kills the dude at the top. Says they'll print anything these days. That's okay. Not bad. Because the print had blood all over it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I do love a good Bond theme in a chase scene. Okay, yeah, they played the Bond theme while he's chasing. I thought it was good. Like I said, David Arnold, he's good at the music. Clearly, he does it through like Quantum. I have no qualms with any of the music in those. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So then they go to
his hotel room.
Yeah, because he gets a call from Carver.
Yep.
It says, you have something of mine, 2 things. My wife and my encoder.
Yep.
And I was like, man, Park's like an asshole. He parks in the garage like sideways. I guess he's in a hurry.
Right.
And he rolls up. Here's the news broadcast about Paris being dead.
Yep.
And he said in her body was found with a man with a self-inflicted gun wound. Yep. And he's like, whoa. And he turns around. There's a homie dude.
Yep. Dr. Kaufman.
Dr. Kaufman. Yep. What are your thoughts on Dr. Kaufman?
So I got in my notes, 90s death scene. I don't know why I wrote that, but
90s death scene.
Yeah, it was very 90s when Bond kills Dr. Kaufman. Like
it was. I do think it was very. I do like the whole. I'm just a professional, and he said, "Me too." I like that, but I do like that Kaufman was a doofus. He's like, I'm just trying to break in your car. Can you help me out, bro? And at the same time, we could just say that there's thugs out there trying to break into the BMW while he's getting like held hostage, right?
Yeah. Kaufman is about to kill Bond, and they're like, wait, hold up.
We can't get in there.
We can't get in there because Bond put the encoder in the little safe.
And I said this is a bit of an improvement on the theft protection from MI6. And we actually, we just watched that video.
Yeah, burglar proof.
Yeah, this is a little bit better, Yeah. Imagine if they had the old 70s one. He wouldn't be able to get out of there.
Just blows up.
He wouldn't be able to escape. Yeah, so he tells him, hit the button, this and that on the phone, and he like shocks himself with the thing. Dumbass. Turns the gun on him. Good night, sweetheart.
Yep.
He's supposed to be some excellent marksman, but he's a doof. So yeah, he turns on the smoke grenades on the side of the car, gets the dudes off of him, starts the car up from the remote control, dives in the back seat, and we got a backseat driver for real.
Yep.
What do you think about this scene?
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, so we referenced it earlier. For whatever reason, I did enjoy Bond like laughing, like just losing his fucking marbles, Yeah,
actually like felt like he was enjoying the
because like he literally dropped jacks out of the back of the fucking BMW, and then he ends up going over them, and then the tires deflate, and then he inflates them. It's just like.
Yeah, he's just like, oh shit, yeah. And he's like, because I'm sure he thought he was fucked, and he's like, whoa.
Yeah, pure amusement. I enjoyed it. It's kind of again Gladiator.
Are you entertained? Yeah,
I'm entertained.
Missiles blowing cars into the wall, spikes, bulletproof, reinflated tires, a little saw to cut off that fucking, conveniently the same height, but it's Bond. Then he gets to the top and he jumps it and lands it right in the Avis. And he's just like, I like how he's just like, boom, and he like shuts he shuts the cell phone and just like deuces out.
Yeah. He wrecks that fucking car. Q's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I know. Q's probably like, God damn it. Then they cut to the South China Sea and Bond shows up in his uniform.
Why?
I don't know. This is the third time.
I
found out this is the one time with Connery, one time with Moore, and now one time and this is the last time.
Okay, good. I just don't like. I get it. You're technically in the Navy.
It is interesting when they decide.
Also, you're glossing over the bigger bullshit. Whitaker's back.
Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, Whitaker's back, pretending to be Jack Wade still.
Jack Wade.
An even worse uniform.
Yeah, fucking Hawaiian
shirt.
t-shirt.
This guy, you hate. You didn't seem to hate him in Goldeneye.
I did. You know, it's kind of like J.W. Pepper.
Yeah, I get you. One is okay.
One's okay. You know, the first time you bring him back, you know, hey Jimbo, you know.
That's what I said. Like I said, I think I don't think he says James once. It's always some variation.
It's always Jimmy, Jimbo. Like it just feels like we're going to Texas Roadhouse. We're gonna get a rack of ribs. You know, it's like, dude, why? Fucking why? You know?
I still don't know why no Felix, but you know what I mean? Like
again, Felix is in the Americano region. Okay. He's in southern Florida.
They're in South China, so I guess it's kind of far.
Yeah, Felix, there's more than one CIA agent. I get that.
I get it. But they always feel like they pair. You know, and the thing is, I like to look sometimes and say, like, would this scene work without Jack Wade? And it would. Because he meets this guy who explains how the encoder works and what it did to the ship in the beginning. And then he's like, all right, I need to jump from a fucking plane.
Okay, can you explain to me? I don't know the importance of the encoder. I've watched this movie.
Okay, so it basically, what it does is it made this ship
think it's in a different place than where it is.
And so that way it could get two people against each other. Because they were in international waters. Okay. But they told China that they were in Chinese waters. And then when they went and looked up so when the ship looks up its location, it's like, no, we're in international waters. But they were doing that encoder to China.
Okay.
And they're like, no, you're in Chinese waters. And like, you know what I mean? So it kind of threw like whatever they said, the GPS signal, they changed it. Okay. The whole point of it was to get two people to pit against. She said, sure. I think if we look back at all 18 films, they usually just make do something. You know what I'm saying? Like GoldenEye did something.
Yeah.
Did it really make sense? Nah. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's kind of what this is doing. It's just a thing.
Okay.
I know it's
the MacGuffin.
The MacGuffin. They made them pit each other against so you can make news.
Sure.
So he tells them it shows the locations are different by just enough. But this is where it should be wrecked. So he goes down there.
Yeah. Okay. So when he goes down there, I actually looked it up because Whitaker, they're in the plane. They're talking
the Halo jump.
The Halo jump.
Mm-hmm.
I looked it up. This is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just looked it up. I was like, it sounds dope as fuck. Is this cool? Is this real?
They do it in I know you're probably not a big Metal Gear Solid player. But in Metal Gear Solid 3, he does a Halo jump into Russia. Yeah. You know, and then in Metal Gear Solid is very notorious for being like hyper detailed with military shit, right? So they explain it as he's like, all right, Snake, you're gonna do a Halo jump, high altitude, low opening, yada yada.
So the idea the Halo jump, you're jumping from really high, so you usually need to have like a SCBA, a breathing apparatus, if you will.
Yep.
So he does, and he effectively jumps, and then very low altitude pops parachute, and then from there he ends up in the water.
Side note: the general or whatever he was, the guy who was giving him his prep talk. Have you seen Aliens?
Like the original one?
No, the second one, Aliens. With
sure.
Bill Paxton and stuff.
I mean,
he's like the leader of the Marines in there, and he was an ex-Marine. I feel like that's the only roles he ever takes. It's like as like a military dude. Anyway, he's good. He's a good dude. Good dude. Good people.
Okay.
Anyway, so he jumps in the water, finds the wreckage. I guess finds a missile was gone. And he finds Wei Lin. I hate underwater scenes, and I just hate them because I never know what's happening.
I don't hate them. Okay. Like,
They're hard to
I,
film, hard to because there's no dialogue. They're just like, yeah, this sucks.
yeah,
I found something.
and then it's just bomb movies. At this point in time, you're gonna suspend disbelief, kind of thing.
Sure.
What is the likelihood that you're jumping in, you're finding the wreckage at the same time that Wayland is?
I agree. Okay. So Bond did all his work. He got the encoder. He gave it to this fucking expert who decoded it and said, "This is where it should be. We got to fly up 30,000 fucking feet in the air. I got to jump down. Oh wait, she's already here."
Yeah. How'd she get there? She do
is it that whole shit where just like everyone's better than the Brits? That whole like they keep joking all the time. Oh, you guys live in the Stone Age. I agree. Suspend belief. Then he so then they like have to escape for some reason.
Yep.
And that homie dude Stamper's out there waiting for him.
Oh yeah. So they get up to the surface, and there's just like old fishing boat that's like her boat, and then it's hijacked by Stamper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they get handcuffed together and brought to Carver.
Yep.
Carver, did you notice the way he typed?
No.
It was like he was like, it was great. It's fucking horrible.
And then around this time, we find out that effectively Wayland is like the Chinese CIA, whatever it's called.
Yeah. She sees some General Chang walk by, and then that's the only last time you ever see him.
Okay, and then they're gonna torture them, but Bond and Lynn escape, and then they steal this BMW motorcycle, and then that's what I will say about this movie. I enjoyed most of the like action scenes.
The action,
like like the BMW. Sure. Again, fucking. Are you not entertained? Cool.
That was good. I did read on that one that apparently the director told Pierce that he's driving, and he told Michelle Yeoh that she's driving separately.
Oh.
So when they got on that's why they were going back and forth about who should be, he didn't tell them that's how he wanted to play out. And then they were like, what the fuck, and it kind of worked,
Cool.
So yeah, they're trying to like with the handcuff and they're driving, and that was a good scene. I thought it was a good chase.
Yeah.
They randomly busted on some two people fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, cool. Guy in the helicopter dude was an idiot. Just sat there and waited for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then they started showering.
Yeah. Okay, and then she uncuffs herself. Like, yeah. Oh, all right.
You don't like Wayland. We'll get to it, but yeah.
What?
I feel like you don't like her. You're like, okay.
I don't believe in their chemistry. I don't feel it. Okay. I never do, and I never will.
I feel like it was forced.
Yeah.
Okay,
it just didn't feel. I didn't feel it.
Which happens with sometimes with the Bond girl and Bond. We've seen it many times.
It just
like the chicken A View to a Kill, Pinciotti.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Moore's 75 years old. What are you doing? Anyways, hell, sometimes I feel like Pam Bouvier and Timmy D weren't really clicking, but Lupe.
Yeah.
So anyway, she goes into her like safe house. We find out, but there's a trap.
Yeah, she's attacked by like Chinese army or some shit like that.
I said this scene feels like it was literally put in just to show her beat ass.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah. And then like the garage, it's like this like spy oasis.
It's like a Q lab.
Yeah.
I did like the whole they did the gags like in Q. Like James Bond's like touching things and breaking stuff, and I did like that. I did find it funny the new gun, the Walther P99 replacing the PPK, which I read that also that was pushed by Walther because they were bringing out that new gun. They wanted him to use it.
Right.
Turns out it worked, and that was the highest selling gun they had in like 30 years.
Okay.
Because I guess it worked, you know.
Sure.
They find the boat.
Yep. And they figure out where their Carver's going to be on this remote island. They break into the stealth boat.
You don't know this guy probably, but with the British ship that's like outside the secret boat that they're gonna go fuck with this time, but they get stopped. Hugh Bonneville is on it. He's a cameo. He's from Downton Abbey.
Okay.
Hugh Bonneville. A lot of cameos in this one. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah, Jerry B. Hugh Bonneville. Yes, they find this secret ship. They start boarding, and now said, "Is Wayland a worse secret agent than even James Bond?" Because she gets caught immediately.
Yet again.
She broke the alarm in the lab, and now she's getting caught instantly.
Yep.
So,
and then she's captured. Bond captures Gupta.
Also, Bond faked his death, I guess, to Stamper. He had the dude out there, remember, and he like shot him, and then so he thinks Bond is dead. So he tells Carver Bond's dead, and Carver's like, "Delicious, your favorite, delicious."
Yeah.
Such a fucking guy. And then he gets Gupta. He's setting up. I said, okay, so I said I like how Bond has been setting up bombs, contacts M supposedly, holds Gupta hostage, all while Wayland is just being captured and like interrogated. He's just in the background, just like making grenades in like glass and shit, and she's just like, and he's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll get there. I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah.
What did you think about Elliot Carver's racist kung fu imitation?
I don't like him. Like I don't. I don't get I don't get the casting. I don't get the character. I don't get any of this. Like,
sure,
he's one of my lower villains when we get there. We can get there now. Not a fan. I don't get it. We'll
get there. Hold on. We got a few notes. I think we're almost done. So Bond, basically, Gupta gets shot by Carver.
Yep. And then
Bond blows up some of his bombs, and which reveals the ship.
Yep.
To MI6 and stuff. So they get the fucking British warship starts launching missiles at it.
Yep.
Carver I said dies. I did. Who dies?
Carver dies by the drill.
I was gonna say before we get there, I did say I enjoyed this base layer shootout. Again, I was entertained by the action.
Yeah.
Dual wielding Bond, he had like a handgun and a machine gun at the same time. Wayland's going around fucking dudes up. Abandoned ship reminded me of Austin Powers when he's like, abort. They're like, abandoned ship. It just sounded like a very Austin Powers.
Right.
So then Carver comes up on Bond, and Bond just basically launches the drill into Carver, and I will say, pretty brutal. He holds him up, and he's like, fuck you, and holds him like this against it. And I was like, is that the closest he's really kind of been to like a villain like killing them? And I was like, it's pretty brutal, pretty fitting for a fucking character like that just like he, as obnoxious as he was, I think it's like directly parallel to how brutal his death is. This guy's so obnoxious. Let's just grind him into meat pulp, like fuck him.
Yeah.
But then he's not done yet because Stamper's here.
Right.
They start fighting. Apparently, this dude's got like no pain. He's getting stabbed in the chest, and the leg, and the arm. He's just like, I don't know, fuck. Is it just because he's German? I don't know. He gets pinned in. They start fighting, and eventually Bond gets the best of him. He cuts his jacket out, and they fall down the water. And he finds Wayland in the water, and they start like giving her air.
Yeah, underwater kiss.
I think he was giving her air.
Yeah, with a little tongue.
I don't think it works like that, does it?
I don't know. And then yeah, it ends with
Yeah,
number
the
third
search
bang.
party's looking for him, and they're like, "No, we're gonna stay in this wreckage," and bang,
Yeah, third bang.
they're bang. That's 2 movies in a row that have ended with him basically. I guess he didn't really bang his Natalia. They were gonna bang in the
Right.
field, but I was like, that's kind of like 2 in a row. We're ending on the old Connery, the old raft bang, if you will. You know, like the
Moore
old
did a
Moore.
lot. More,
Most of the Moore did it too. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, yeah, and Bond with a bang. Yeah.
Always
Um. Yeah. Um.
end credits. Which
Yeah.
another fun fact: the end credits song was the second place for the title song for Sheryl Crow. They're going to use Sheryl Crow's or they're going to use this one.
Michelle Crow.
Sheryl Crow, her song "Tomorrow Never
Uh-huh.
Dies," and then this "Surrender" by Katie Lang.
Okay.
That's who they were going to use,
Oh.
but then they said Sheryl Crow's more famous, so they used hers. Anyway, movie's over.
Good.
I don't know. I liked it.
I was entertained enough. Look. So the actual plot of the movie, pretty dumb. I, and effectively,
Do you not just like when they do? I don't want to say small scale shit. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it wasn't really small scale,
no,
but
it's pretty. It was big. I don't know the whole I mean, maybe they're prelude to what's going on right now with all the fake news and you turn on Facebook and it's these 17 celebrities have died and you're like, let me check my own sources,
sure,
kind of thing.
sure, right? Yeah,
and it's all right, this dude had a lot of money. He had his own fucking he felt like he was able to kind of write his own history kind of thing.
I guess I'm just comparing it to I don't think Alec Trevelyan was like that. He was more like personal. He wanted money. He wanted just money, right? But I guess what I'm saying, and then Sanchez was just a drug lord,
right?
Living Daylights. That guy was also just a fucking warmonger,
right?
I'm trying to think. His World Domination was the last one. Was it probably For Your Eyes Only or some shit? Maybe it was A Spy to Love Me.
Well,
I get it.
For
I get
Your
what you're
Eyes Only,
saying.
just fucking two Greeks hating each other.
Yeah, I know, and just gets in the middle of it.
Yeah,
I mean, I see what you mean by I think, I think he's a goofball.
the actual plot, I thought was ass, but
okay,
getting there,
the news
there was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of action. I enjoyed the moment, kind of thing.
Does me telling you about the script and stuff? Do you understand? Does it make you see how things played out? Why
just
they did?
that it was rushed and everything.
Yeah, and wasn't even complete. They wasn't even complete when they were filming.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I'm again, sometimes you don't need a Bond girl,
right.
And then sometimes again, it never really fit.
I think they get this.
Bond and Pierce Brosnan and Wei-Lu or
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh. I didn't feel it.
Well, I thought it was funny because I don't think they ever flirted or anything until at just one point they just said, "Oh yeah, we got to get them together."
Yeah. And
I mean, you say what you will. You say what you will about, I don't know, Die Another Day. You have Jinx, and you have who's an American spy teaming up kind of thing. they almost probably make more sense that they get together than Waylon. You know what I'm saying? Just because they never did anything in this movie to like, you know what I'm saying? Show chemistry, right? Like, and I didn't have to because I liked her character as just the Chinese secret agent. You know, I just liked her. If she was just there to beat ass and just like help him out, that's
Yeah,
fine.
but she sucked at her job, like you know what I'm saying? Like, why would if she was
Yeah,
so
she kept
good,
getting
like
caught. She did keep getting caught. Yeah,
how would she set off the alarm
that's
if
true.
she knew what she was doing? Like
No, yeah.
it didn't it okay. Like, all
I
right.
see. I see what you're saying there.
All
So,
right.
so if it's a girl, what's the Bond girl? Is she the Bond girl, or is it Terry Hatcher?
No, it's her. You know,
And your thoughts on her?
mid bottom.
Mid.
Like
Worse than Pam.
Pam is fucking Midge. Wait, no.
No, Pam is.
Pam was License Kill.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Pam probably a little better than her.
Okay.
I think like I don't think they didn't cast her to be, this like, fucking like TV darling kind of thing. They cast her because
Sure.
she knew how to beat ass, which I can appreciate, but at the same time, like,
Yeah, I got you. Better than Molly Goodhead. Better
no.
than Natalia. Okay, that's fine. Got you
No.
there. The villain number one. What do you think about the cars?
I mean, one they threw back DB5, cool, and then the BMW. It's not the prettiest looking, but I enjoyed the BMW scene with it. So,
I thought the cars were pretty good. I think there was a lacking of it in GoldenEye because he used the tank and everything, and
yeah,
so
they used everything but a car.
Yeah. So like I did like that they had at least a car chase, even though it was the parking garage, but it was still nice, and I like all the gadgets. I like when most of the gadgets are on the car, like in Living Daylights, where his Aston Martin had all the gadgets. That's fun to me, and I feel like it's very Bondian to have like a car chase, and you're like able to, like he's only really able to get out of it because he's got missiles and jacks come out the back and shit like that.
Right.
The gadgets, I guess, kind of go hand in hand. The cell phone, it was pretty. It worked.
Yeah.
You think it's chill, but it's the '90s. You got to think about where we are in the world.
This is the first movie with a cell phone. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're like, oh wow. Probably back then you're like, whoa.
He's got
touchpad on his fucking phone.
Yeah.
It's got a screen on it. That's crazy. Right. What else do we have? Girls we talked about. Villains. Yeah. What about Stamper?
Muscle. Middle. Put him somewhere in the middle.
He's like the henchman. I'm just wondering how you compared to like
honestly, like he was there, but like I don't think he's not like the Diamonds Are Forever. He's not like the gay henchman. He's not like
yeah. There's been some.
He's not Jaws. Like he's not really. He's not Tiki. Like
he's not Knick Knack or whatever.
Yeah, like.
All right, let's get into it.
All right,
let's do it.
What we've all been waiting for. All right, Zach. Guess where I rank.
Oh, before we do that, I forgot Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna guess where you rank first, and we'll do Rotten Tomatoes. We're in the mood.
Okay.
All right. So, is it better than The Spy Who Loved Me?
All right, Spy Who Loved Me. Better.
Okay. Uh, better or worse than A View to a Kill?
Worse.
Better or worse than Goldfinger?
Worse.
Better or worse than Living Daylights?
Better.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this movie entertained me enough, but
Mhm.
I wasn't gonna put it anywhere near the top 5. But I
Not
didn't
as
think.
good as A View to a Kill? You're insane.
What are you talking about? I like that movie. View to a Kill. I enjoyed A View to a Kill.
But you enjoyed this one.
I did,
Did
but
you enjoy this more than you thought you would?
I did enjoy this more than I thought I would. Again, I'm trying to go into these as unbiased as
Mhm.
possible, even
How are your
though
thoughts, right? I know you mentioned last one that your thoughts on Pierce as James as opposed to the movie.
yeah, again, I still think Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, I still enjoy him as James Bond. These movies, for Goldeneye was great, and right now Goldeneye is number 1. This movie, you said, hey, might have been a little rushed. Wasn't my whole, good enough to be kind of in the middle, right?
Mhm.
For me, I still like Pierce Brosnan more than I thought I liked him. He still really good Bond, yeah. What about you?
Wow.
Where? What do you mean? Wow.
Nothing. You're good. I'm elated, brother.
Okay. All right.
Where did I put it?
Yeah.
I put it. I think I liked it more than you.
Okay.
I have it above From Russia with Love, but below
Okay.
Thunderball.
All right.
So 5th.
Okay. So
Goldeneye, Honor Majesties, Goldfinger, Thunderball, and then Tomorrow Never Dies.
So that's your number 5.
5.
Okay. And I think I've got number 8.
6. Yep, 8. So not too. I have this. I just thought this was better than. I didn't like License to Kill. I think as much as you did. Clearly, I think that's the big difference. And I like. Well, yeah, you hate From Russia, so kind
Well,
of balances there.
I really liked License Scale. I
Oh,
liked
live and let
Die.
die.
Yeah.
You like that a lot more than I did.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big difference right there.
Yeah.
License to Kill, Live and Let Die. Yeah, but I mean, it's 5th right now. Clearly, there's
More movies.
more
And,
movies.
So it's funny. I didn't really remember this movie. And the next movie, The World Is Not Enough, I don't remember that at all. I just remember the first Pierce Brosnan movie, Goldeneye. Unfortunately, remember the last. And
Richards.
I do think we're on a downward trajectory, but we'll see. Again, I've tried to be as unbiased as possible with watching these movies, and that's why if you would have asked me before we watch it, I probably would have had this movie ranked a lot lower. But hey, I was entertained, and we'll see. Are you laughing at what's going on in the background?
Yeah.
I assume my kids are getting ready for bed.
Sounds like a sea drill coming through, brother.
Right?
Watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will be back with the third Pierce Brosnan. The World Is Not Enough. Yeah, you guys have all the time in the world to go listen to the rest of this James Bonding retrospective, brought to yours truly, Chin and Sofa.
Ow.
Until then, yeah. Until then, Gin and Sofa.
Ow.